noise, make some noise. Hi, everybody. Hi. I'm Kacey Spivey. Welcome. Yeah. I'm so glad you guys are all here. Are you guys having a good time so far? How about you guys at home? Are you guys having a good time? Yeah, awesome, great, cool, yeah. They cheered. I could feel it in my heart. They're watching. No, we actually have a lot of people watching. It's really cool because we not only get to do this show here in downtown LA at Dromebox, plug. We also get to stream it live, so people in Michigan or wherever can watch it as well. So if you're on the Facebook, tell your friends, tell Patty back in, I don't know, Milwaukee that she can tune in and watch. Yeah, so, is anyone traveling for the holidays? Who's traveling? Raise your hand if you're traveling. Awesome. Where are you going?
Oh gosh, I don't even want to say.
Go. You don't want to say? She said, I don't even want to say.
Bakersfield.
Oh, Bakersfield, that's very far away. Also known as Trailersfield is what she said. That's great. Anyone else? Who else is traveling? Awesome. Where are you going? Texas? That's where I'm from. That's Dallas. No way! Oh my God, Plano. No, stop it. Oh my gosh, Preston, yeah, oh my gosh, we're all from Plano. Cool, all right, anyways, great. Awesome. Well, we have people from all over the US who are coming here today to speak, and our first guy is from the wonderful, magical land of St. Louis. Yes, give it up for Eddie Perino.
Thank you, keep it going for your host. All right, yeah. This is great. We got couches. I feel like I'm performing for my aunt and uncle in their house right now. This is awesome. This is great. So, yeah. Merry Christmas. That's all I had to say. Thanks, guys. Just waiting for the internet audience to stop laughing. Okay. So it's a new year. We're starting a new year, right? When it comes to the end of the year, I try to set goals for myself, you know, something to become, something to aspire to be. That's what you got to do, right? My goal for 2017 is to become the Facebook version of myself. I'm like, that guy looks like he's having fun. That guy's skiing. He's karaokeing, volunteering. Doesn't have general anxiety disorder. Guy on stage right now, he's wearing a swimsuit as underwear because he hasn't done laundry in 2 weeks. Big goal for myself. So it's Christmas, right? You guys celebrate Christmas? Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, Christmas in my family is something to be endured. It's not meant to be enjoyed. It's a very stressful time for our family because we take the family Christmas photo. You guys don't even know. This is very stressful. This is my mom's Super Bowl. Okay, there's outfit trials, location scouting, threats of disownment. All goes into this family little Christmas photo here. But it's the same photo. Like, we don't need to take a photo. It's been the same photo for 28 years. We all wear Gap pajamas. It's my brother, my sister, me, in bevel, turn, happy face. Family, love. It always turns into an argument, too. My dad's like, get down in the laundry room. We got to talk. This is not good. Listen to me. This photo's not for you. This photo is not for me. This photo is for your mom's friends. So we can prove to them we're a happy goddamn family and we love each other. Now get in front of that fireplace and start singing. Christmas. It's fun. It's great. Love. Now, I bought myself an early Christmas present, actually. I got a new car. Yeah, I got thank you. Yeah, I'm very proud. I feel like a proud father. 2015 Honda Fit. Not bad. I'm part of the 1%. Thank you. But the problem is, like, I get bullied. You know, I get pushed around a little bit. I have a neighbor. He's from Bangladesh. He's 10 years old. His name's Ahmed. Okay. First day I bring home my car, he comes out from his house and he's on his bicycle. He starts circling around me like a vulture, and I seize up. I'm like, "Hey, Ahmed, what's going on, buddy?" He's like, "Hey, Eddie, is that a new car?" I'm like, "Yeah, it is. What do you think?" He's like, "Wouldn't have gone with a Honda." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Hondas are great cars." He's like, "Yeah, if you want to service it for the next 2 years." Like, "What are you talking about? This is a great car. I spent a lot of money on this." He's like, "Let's be honest. You're a comic. You don't make good money." I'm like, how dare you, Ahmed? I didn't really have a good comeback, okay? But karma was my friend this day. As he starts riding on his bicycle back to his house, his bicycle chain breaks. He falls off. I go, hey, Ahmed, looks like you should have gone with a Honda, buddy. My set is sponsored by Honda tonight. Hey, that's all I got. You guys have been great. Thanks a lot. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays.
Give it up for Eddie. By the way, if you think you've seen him before, you have. He's on Disney's Lab Rats, which is amazing, and also NCIS LA. And then what's the movie you're in, that Timmy Timmerman?
It's called Tim Timmerman, Hope of America.
Hope of America. It's going to be amazing. Hope of America. February, right? Select theaters in February?
Yes.
Yes. So look out for that. It's going to be awesome. Cool. Yeah. All right, our next chick, our next comedian, she has been featured and is on Comedy Central's Stand Up Asia and was recently interviewed by the LA Weekly or Times? ATSUKO? Weekly. Same thing. Please put your hands together for ATSUKO OKATUKA!
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Keep it going for Kacey, everybody. Yes. Wow. Same thing, right? I think one of them wouldn't appreciate that. One particular one. The lesser red one. Anyhow, I've been taking Zumba. Zumba. Anybody? Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't like to stereotype, but then there's Zumba. Also, is the mic on? The mic's on. Yeah, I don't like to stereotype, but then there's Zumba. It's a lot of, it's foreplay is what it is, right? For the mom, right? For when the husband gets home, right? Because there's a lot of these moves, right? A lot of, right? Present yourself, air it out. Air it out. Present yourself. Now air it out. You know, like it's very, I feel it, you know, here in my crotch. It's warming it up, you know. It's really a training ground, I think, for like super moms, you know, because they also make sure to sometimes switch it up, and there's moves like this, you know, right? Like chopping. It's like you're chopping vegetables as they come flying at you, you know. So you remember your place, you know, in the kitchen, right? Like, you know, like we present ourselves, but then, you know, don't forget, your husband's gonna wanna eat. You know what I mean? It's very intrusive, is what I'm saying, for your home life, you know, they're like, dance like no one's watching. It's okay, no one's watching. But they are, you know. I've seen the moms, you know, they're watching, you know. They're like, there's no judgment. It's okay. There's no judgment, but there's a huge mirror in front of you. So you're trapped, you know. You are forced to judge yourself. You know what I mean? I'm like, geez, wow, I never thought I'd be in this position, you know. A lot. It makes you think. I just picture the moms going home being like, honey, look what I learned in class, you know, but don't worry, I still remember how to clean the table. That's one move, you know, and then they're like, underneath, get the underneath, you know, that's where the gum is, you know. Little Timmy's like, Dad, why is Mom doing thrusts in the air again, you know? She's like, honey, it's a super squat. It's a super squat. Your mom wants to not so secretly want to be a stripper, okay? That's okay. I'm not that angry. These soccer moms are incredible. They're incredible, okay? I've seen 8-month pregnant women in class, okay? I don't dance near them because I don't dare, okay? It's not gonna be up to me. Let's say it pops, something pops, okay? I don't want to be, you know, the person to have to go back and rely on my AP biology knowledge, you know what I mean? I don't OBGY me, you know what I mean? I'm not Why me? It's not gonna be me if it pops out. But then she'll leave, take a leave after she has her baby and be back weeks later, just full motion, just super fit again. She does the bounce back. Soccer moms in Zumba are incredible. The bounce back, just fitter than me. It's incredible, the bounce back. My mom, on the other hand, did what they call the bounce out when she had me. So, actually, that was my dad. He bounced. Just, yeah, I know. He did the bounce. I actually get free Zumba classes because I teach at the studio. I teach dance hall. Yeah, me. That's a Jamaican dance, Jamaican, Caribbean. Yeah. Apparently in Atwater Village, where I teach, I was the closest thing to Jamaican they were able to find. Do I have a fitness certification? No. But am I a good bullshitter? Yeah. So that's how I got the job. The holidays are a hard time to lose a loved one, I saw a guy in my neighborhood putting up signs for his lost bird. I got to talking to him, and he said, I was like, what happened? And he was like, well, he flew. And I was like, yeah, that's what they do. And men with birds, he had made, posters too, but took Google image photos of birds that look like him and put it on the poster. Apparently, I guess he never took photos with his own bird, which is, if I go missing, I would hope that they would put photos of me, on the, not just a generic Google photo of a woman with a chop bang of Asian descent, you know what I mean? But to each his own, and I try to relate to him. I was like, listen, when I was a kid, I had birds. I had 4 birds, in fact. I had 4, yeah. As an 8-year-old, I had 4 birds because I was practicing to one day be a widower for the rest of my life at an early age, okay? And I said to him, hey, and one of them flew away. So I too made signs, but I hand drew and hand wrote each sign, okay? Which means my bird had quite a head start on me, okay? But he flew away, and when I realized he was gone, I started hand drawing the posters, okay? And he was like, well, that makes sense. I mean, not to stereotype, but, men usually take the shortcut to life. We like efficiency. So I found Google images of birds, right? And women like to take their time. They have a lot of emotions. They like to take their time to write things out. They have a lot of opinions that they like to voice. And I was like, okay, wow. Well, let me tell you my opinion about this situation. Your bird, he's gone, bro. I don't like to stereotype either, okay? But what happens when a bird flies away? What happens when a bird goes back to its rightful home, the outside? He's not coming back, okay? Asshole. I don't own birds anymore. I own a 180-pound bearded white guy. Have him on a tight little, not so angry leash, Very easy to take care of. Very, very easy animals. The combination happens a lot. Every time an Asian girl dates a white guy, a bamboo tree silently falls somewhere. It's kind of sad, actually. It happens a lot. Just, oh no, not another one. It's very sad. But then, like, a panda bear gets to eat, because the bamboo is closer to the ground. So I always like to think of the positives, you know. We're engaged. Thank you. We're engaged. Yeah, engagement, you know. My fiance doesn't exercise or anything, so I was more surprised that he did a lunge, you know, when he asked me to marry him. I was like, wow, is that your quads? Wow, like, I activated. I didn't know, you know what I mean? And it's a very bold thing to do, to ask someone for their hand in marriage, so I respect it. That's a very hard position to get out of, by the way. You know, if you've ever, and if she starts showing signs of no, like, I don't know, that she can, I guess, like, knight you for your efforts, you know, if you're still, you're like, down here. Anyhow, I said yes, and yeah, I'll end with this. Men, you know, treat your women right. He treats me right. Because they say, right, behind every great man stands a great woman, you know, right behind him, right? Behind every great man stands a great woman. But behind her stands another guy that wants to sleep with her, so keep her around. Thank you so much. My name is ATSUKO Katsuka. Here's Kacey back. Y'all having great.
Give it up for ATSUKO! Woo! Awesome. All right, our next comedian. She's amazing. You can see her in The Life of a King on Netflix, which is like the biggest thing ever. You can also watch her on Showtime. You can also watch her on the Up Network. And she's also a regular at the Comedy Store. This is Keisha Long. Woo!
Dromebox. Give it up for yourselves. All right. This is the black portion of the show. I'll be talking about chicken wings. Just me. Oh, no. Good to be here, man. I'm from Alabama, guys. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad y'all excited about that, because usually I don't like telling people that, because the only thing they like to talk to me about is football and slavery. I'd be like, hey, we got Waffle House too. You don't want to talk about that? About Waffle House. Man, I just got home. I just got back from home, actually. Went home for Thanksgiving. No, nobody, just me. I'm the only one. Nobody else went home for Thanksgiving, just me. Okay. Love going home for Thanksgiving. Had dinner with my family, because I'm the only one that made it out. We talk about the good. We talk about the bad. This time, when we went to dinner, my cousin Keita tried to upstage me. She came out and said that she was molested. So I said the only thing I could say. I said, Cousin Keita, how you gonna get mad at Uncle Junebug for noticing you was sexy as hell when you was 7? You know how many times I wanted to ride the horsey on his knee? He never paid me attention. Never paid me attention. I don't know, molestation? That's too tight for y'all? No? No? He's like, oh God, that was me. I'm sorry. I like spending time with my grandmother. We are very close. Love my grandma. My grandma's one of these strong Southern women like Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth. She never really shows affection. But this time, before I left, she kissed me for the first time. But my grandma ain't got no teeth in her mouth, so she tongue kissed me. I was like, hey, Grandma, can you get your top lip and your gum out of my mouth? What is that? Is that cabbage, Grandma? No, thank you. I don't want that. I don't want that on my resume. Well, no, family's weird, man. Had to deal with my stupid cousin. He's 19 in the 11th grade. All the kids call him Mr. Chris. Sad dude, grown man. He going to the PTA meeting as his parents and himself. How's Mr. Chris doing in class? Mr. Chris is doing fine. Thank you for asking me. No, thank me for asking me. Sit down, man. I don't know. Even the high school janitor called him Mr. Chris, and he like civil rights old. Oh. And just be going down the hall. Don't you pay these fools no, never mind, Mr. Chris, you keep your head up. No, it's sad, he's stupid. He was trying to rap battle me, but his metaphors never make sense. Like last week, he was like, peanut butter jelly, I will outlive you, bars. It's like, you know what, you're right, Mr. Chris, that's exactly where you're gonna end up, behind bars. That's what you're gonna do, behind bars. Listen at me, Mr. Chris, now you got me calling you Mr. Chris, Mr. Chris. That was that. My name is Keetra, guys. Nobody care? I do, my mama did. A lot of people mess that up when they see that on paper. They call me Ketra, Canora Tantra. Last week I got karate. I'm like, that's not my name. You know? I've done stand up for a while. I got to one homeboy, he always called me Ketra. I'm like, yo man, why you always call me Ketra and you know my name is Keetra? He's like, cause your mama dumb. Your name is Ketra. Everybody knows you need to E-I-E-Y to make the long E sound. Everybody knows that. If it's not, name one word with long E sound that's followed by a consonant. It's like, oh shit, maybe my mama is dumb. Took me 2 months, but I called him back at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, zebra bitch, and I just hung up the phone. Is Keetra like zebra, guys? No, I don't want to go with that. Really don't. That really happened. That's why it's hilarious to me. I can't hold back when I say it. No, I want to go with you guys. Oh, I got 1 more minute. Boy, was this stressful. I'm gonna end with a holiday joke. But I can't, because I ain't got no more. Sad, my life is miserable around the holidays. I'm 3,000 miles away from home. I got nobody. I'm not taking a flight home because I'm too cheap to take a Christmas flight home. Now I fly, you know when I fly on Valentine's Day. That's when I fly. That's when you get all the discounts. Nobody's going anywhere. They staying at home where the heartbreak, like they staying at home alone where they heart breaks in silence, separately. That's why you fly on Valentine's Day. Anyway, I've been Keetra Long. Thank you. God bless. Good night.
Awesome. Thanks, Keetra. That was amazing. Give it up for Keetra. Woo! All right. You definitely won't recognize this next guy. He has done nothing with his life. It's Jake KOOL.
Thank you so much. Wow, it's exactly what I asked her not to say about me. Went right for it. Okay, well, Kacey is a convicted sheep rapist, so now who's stupid? No, I'm just kidding, and I'm really happy to be here. Really lucky that Kacey invited me along. Christmas is absolutely my favorite holiday. It's really the only holiday we're all spread out across the United States. It's the only holiday that we all always fly back for. You're not allowed to miss Christmas in the KOOL family and eat good food, each other's presents. I have 4 siblings. They're all married and, you know, drink, have fun. My mom gets a little bit too drunk and pulls me aside and was like, I know you're gay because you're single. And I'm like, Mom, no, I'm not. And she's like, I know you are. So I'm kind of over that. You know, I'm just 23 and single. It just doesn't really work that way in Michigan, a conservative area. But I came prepared this next year. I made a chart for that I think is going to really break down why I don't bring girls home. It's a Venn diagram to take you back to school. So if you see here on the right, it's girls that will sleep with me. And on the left, we have what I like to call keepers. And as you can see, there is literally no crossover between keepers and girls who will sleep with me. I don't really want to be seen in public with them. So once we figure that out, and I actually have kind of like a deeper issue that I'm definitely not going to talk to Mom about, but I brought another chart just so I can talk to you guys. Like, maybe someone can talk to me after and kind of help me through. So it's pretty much the same chart. We have girls that will sleep with me and keepers. And the top there, just kind of bordering girls that will sleep with me, is natural-born women, which I really want to get more crossover between people who were born women and people who want to sleep with me. So I'll be working on that for the next little bit. No, my mom is actually, she's so cool, and she was like, especially for the conservative area that I was from, she was like the stereotypical cool parent. She'd do like the most stereotypical cool parent thing. She'd be like, it's high school, I know you're gonna be drinking, and if you are drunk, do not drive. I will pick you up, no questions asked, you won't be in trouble. It's the worst way to lose a kid. And I appreciated it, but she was totally wrong about that last part, which is why I'm gonna be the cool parent who offers to choke my kids while they masturbate. Because that is the worst way to lose a kid. Sorry. So another great part, Tammy Cool, the saga of Christmas, is opening gifts with my siblings. Every year it's kind of like roulette, because it's incredibly clear that every year my mom entirely forgets about one of us until about 10 minutes come present time opening. So I remember one year, she sells it. She will not let you know that she wasn't thinking about you until that last second. My brother opens a new Xbox game. My sister gets some cool girly shit. My other brother, basketball shoes. And I start opening my present, and my mom's like, "Oh my God, a quesadilla maker!" I'm like, this is the quesadilla maker that's been sitting outside in the garage for 2 years. Like, I was the person not using this. Like, that's not a present. I didn't lose that entirely, though. One year, my brother actually, he got an electric razor, but the way it was presented to him was in a Nike shoebox. I'm not necessarily an expert on razors, but I don't think Nike makes them, or they would sell them in a shoebox even if they did. But she means well, so, you know, we can't really blame her that much. And gift giving in my family isn't necessarily about getting, like, the nicest gift. It's actually, like, a little bit the opposite. I brought a book. My brother, one year, surprised me. He wrote a book about me. It's called A True Christmas Miracle. And I'll just, I don't really know what part of this I want to read for you guys. I guess we'll acknowledge the shout-outs he gave. And he said, this is a list of people I know despise Jake Cool. Ron and Tammy Cool. My ex-girlfriend. Kids Warner Brothers superhero Static Shock. Nobel Prize-winning economist Paul Krugman. Dennis Rodman. Dennis the Menace. Dennis Kucinich. Ella Fitzgerald, French President Nicholas Sarkozy. You know, he really went on, and he even decided to put at the very end, those who are not listed will understand, there is not enough ink and paper in the world to make a list of how many people truly hate Jay Cool. So it was a really wonderful thing to read on Christmas. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
That was awesome. He brought props. Oh, man. I got to up my game. How y'all doing? I said, how are you doing? Yes! There it is. There we go. Awesome. Oh, everyone who found parking finally showed up. Great. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you guys. Awesome. All right, our next comedian. She is beautiful. She is talented. She is part of an organization that called Comic Cure, which donates to charity and also promotes laughter, which everyone needs, obviously. She is give it up for Stephanie Brindis. Awesome. Oh. I forgot the last line. It's she's brown and proud. It's Stephanie Brindis. There we go.
Oh man, what up, guys? It's been a crazy year. I am so excited for it to end. Although Donald Trump is about to be our new president. I don't have a joke for that. That's like the biggest joke in the world. Anyway, Christmas. Christmas. Another holiday to remind me how emotionally and financially unstable I am. Also, another friendly reminder that I am never going to be one of those girls. We all follow one of those girls on Instagram, don't we? They're about to have the Michael Kors pictures up the ass. They got the pictures in front of the Christmas tree with that hanging shoulder pose that makes them look like they're about to pick up dog poop. And that open mouth smile that makes them look like they're about to eat a bag of dicks. Never gonna be her, and it makes me feel really conflicted. Real quick, PSA, public Stephanie announcement. Stop Instagram, Snapchatting, and snatch chatting, whatever the fuck you call it, while you're driving. Okay, there are people who want to get home to their families on the holidays, and you are being an asshole. No one cares, especially me, about your fleek on, your like glow on fleek. I don't know what the hell you call it. I don't care what song you're lip syncing to or bobbing your head to. I don't care what positive message you are relaying. Stop it. I'm serious. Seriously, stop it. You're being a dick. Another one is that not all Hispanics make tamales on Christmas. That shit is a lot of work. You know, some Hispanics are tired of working 364 days out of the year to provide for their family. Some others, like myself, just don't want to do it. So stop assuming, please. Oh, I am Guatemalan, or as they say in Los Angeles, Mexican. My mom is this sweet little brown lady who risked her life to come to this country to give my sister a better one. I wasn't born yet. So I kind of find it ridiculous when that woman is like, Stephanie, I risked my life to come to this country to give you a better one. Bitch, no, you didn't. I wasn't even born yet. I wasn't supposed to exist. I am 8 years younger than my sister, guys. That screams accidente. As a comedian, though, my mom's always like, Stephanie, you need a plan B. And I'm like, I got 5 at home, I'm cool. Oh, man. It's that time of the year where everyone likes to blame their shitty personality on their zodiac sign. I am so sorry I lost my temper last night. I'm so stressed out. I'm such a Virgo. No, Sarah, you are just an asshole. Mercury retrograde's coming up. Everyone's about to start blaming their shitty decision-making skills on the fucking moon. Beware. Silver Lake, Echo Park, Highland Park, Eagle Rock. Chaos is about to unleash. I've been dreaming of a white Christmas, though, since I was a kid, and I know that sounds really crazy considering I'm born and raised in Southern California, but my dream finally came true when my mom married a white guy. It has its perks, trust me. One of them is not casserole. That shit is nasty. It reminds me of prison food, and if you guys aren't familiar with prison food, it's a bunch of random ingredients topped on another bunch of random ingredients. Okay, that's exactly what casserole is, okay? White people, casserole is not your strong suit. Stop it. Seriously. A lot of people say I talk a lot of shit on white people, and it's because I hang out with a lot of people. White people, y'all are crazy, okay? You do stuff, you could lose your mind, you don't want anyone to know. I'm so sorry, please don't tell anybody. It's so unlike me. I don't want Lisa and the book club to know. A Hispanic person does something crazy, it's a little bit differently. You hear about that? That's right. That was me. Tell your amigas y tu madre y tu tía, tu primos. Órale, way. Anyway, guys, just one quick thing. I really did think making jokes about the holidays was going to be really difficult, but then I realized I'm in America and the holidays are a fucking joke. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I don't know, I'm not politically correct, but, you know, just love one another, okay? Guys, be kind. Thank you, I'm Stephanie Brindis.
Stephanie, I told you not to talk about me. gosh. It really wasn't like me. All right. Anyways, our next comedian is handsome and funny. It's ANSOLEAGA.
Guys, give it up for Kacey, huh? That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said about me. I love it, man. Happy holidays. Yeah, man. I hope you guys are as miserable as me this time of year, right? This is a hard time to be alone, man. It's cuddling weather. At least weed's legal now, right? Weed's legal, yeah. Right? Like, finally, I can get my hands on some pot in this town. Finally. Incredible, man. Who cares? I have an asshole face. That's how I got. You see, that's what I got my prescription for. I got an asshole face. I walked in. The doctor took one look at me. He was like, "Dude, take it easy, man." Doctors that prescribe weed talk like that, by the way. That's exactly what he said. I don't know. You know, some people smoke weed and they talk about all the crazy things that happen. They're like, "Oh, I was out of my mind." Those people are pussies, you guys. Handle your weed. What is this, the 3rd grade? I need weed just, if I'm gonna get a cup of coffee, I need some weed, man. Like, I'm going to Starbucks? It's gonna be a line? Need it, man. I don't think weed is harmless though, right? Nobody's ever died from smoking weed, but my friend Teddy came really close. Within an inch of his life, you guys, on Thanksgiving. Teddy almost died of weed. Very dangerous. In defense of weed, we weren't like smoking it, we were eating it, which is very different, you guys. Every Thanksgiving, I host a potluck Thanksgiving. It's kind of my thing. It's kind of my thing. And I was like, this year, why don't I take it up a notch, right? I'll make something with the marijuana in it. I'll just blow the top off. Do I make brownies? Fuck no. That's for amateurs, you guys. I watch Cake Boss. I watch Cake Boss, you guys. I make a red velvet weed cake with a cream cheese fondant. You guys, damn right. That's right, it was amazing. Have you ever had a red velvet weed cake with a cream cheese fondant? The answer is no. Never in your miserable fucking lives, you guys. Not unless you're at my house on Thanksgiving. That's the only way. It's a hit, man. I do this to impress this Friendsgiving, like you call it. I don't even like these people. Okay, I don't. This is something I do to atone for the previous 11 months of shit that I've been doing to people, right? Try to impress people. The cake's a huge hit, you know? Make it the centerpiece of the table. But the cake sets me back a bit, right? The food's running late, and all these animals are complaining about food. They're hungry and they didn't bring anything. It's potluck. You should have brought something. I do all the heavy lifting. I want to kick everybody out. I want to kick him out, but I can't, right? I'm still trying to be a good host. I don't want to blow it. So what do I say? Being the great host that I am, what do I say? Hey, you can eat cake. You know, like that lady said that one time, you can eat cake. You can do it. You can eat the cake. Nobody gets the reference there either, by the way. I'm just screaming, you can eat cake. You can eat cake. We eat the cake. We do the dinner in reverse. We eat the wheat cake first. Oddly, it does nothing to suppress anybody's appetite. People tear through the food, especially Teddy, who should have never been there anyways. Tears through all the food. All the food is gone. My guests are still hungry. I got to be even better host. Invite one more guest over for Thanksgiving, right? General Sal's coming over. General Sal, because you can order Chinese food any day of the year, guys. Ask the Jews. Any day of the year. I ordered 2 orders of General Sal's chicken to keep the people happy. Teddy grabs one as if it's his own, you know? So here I am, I've had a beautiful cake, a beautiful meal, I got a little extra food, and then I say something a little bit funny, right? Like in the middle of the party, everybody's laughing, and I'm like, dude, I did it. I did it again. What a host, right? I did it. And then, where everybody like kind of stops laughing, Teddy continues to laugh. You know what I mean? Like he's mocking me. You know, just everybody do that. I'm like, dude, the audacity. I'm like, Teddy, how dare you? You know how hard I work to do this? But then I look over, and he's not so much laughing as he is just kind of like drooling, right? And kind of gurgling into the box of General Tso's chicken. I'm like, yo, Teddy, that's for everybody. But then Teddy stands up, and he grabs his neck, right? Like, that's the international sign for choking. Everybody's high out of their mind, right? I'm like, oh, what do I do, right? So I have to hop into action, man. They call me Action Alex, right? I call me Action Alex. That's irrelevant. I'm opening a can. I said, well, I grabbed Teddy, man. I'm like, Teddy, what's going on? So I start doing the Heimlich. I'm not trained in this, all right? I watched G.I. Joe growing up. That's the extent of my life-saving abilities. So I'm giving him the Heimlich, right? I've heard you can't do it too hard. I'm like, come on, Teddy, you can do it. Breathe, baby. Breathe. He passes out and falls right through my arms. I'm like, whoa, man, this got hair. Like, man, Teddy's dying. So I'm like, forget it. I got to save Teddy. I pick him up, and I'm like, forget if I hurt him. I'm like, come on, Teddy. You got to breathe, Teddy. Breathe, breathe. It looks like I'm raping Teddy on Thanksgiving, but I'm not. I'm like, breathe, Teddy. You got to breathe, breathe. Teddy starts projectile vomiting all over the living room. They never mention that on G.I. Joe. They never mention that. However, Teddy is breathing again. I have saved Teddy's life, you guys. Thank you, yes. I'm a hero. Amazing moment. As a matter of fact, right then, this all happened so fast. It all happened so fast, and then somebody looks at me like, Alex, you saved Teddy. And I was like, nah. Am I a hero? I don't know. I just did what anybody else would do in that situation, which was not true. There was like 14 other people there, but I did it. I saved Teddy. And then Teddy comes out of the bathroom after cleaning himself up, whatever. He just grabs a beer and pops right back to the party like nothing happened. I'm like, Teddy, what's up? Somebody even says to Teddy, Teddy, Alex saved your life. And he's like, no, he didn't. I wasn't even choking. He denies that I saved. The only person that can take away my heroship, he denies me. I wish Teddy would have died there that day. I wish it. I do. Would have been a much better story. Think about the beginning of this set. I could have started by saying, yo, Teddy died on Thanksgiving at my house, guys. Much better story. On top of that, listen, I don't care how good your wheat cake was, how good the food was, or if you like General Tso's chicken. If there's vomit all over your living room, the party's over. The party's over, man. Wish Teddy would have died, man. I ended up having to clean that vomit all by myself. You know that? He didn't even help me clean the vomit. He left. The next day, it was still more there. It was all crusty. It was hard to clean up the vomit. It would have been easier to explain to the police. But Teddy was dead in the living room on Thanksgiving, man. So, officer, man, General Tso got Teddy, man. You're not going to believe it, dude. They got Teddy. You win some, you lose some, right, guys? All right, this was great. Keep it going for Kacey.
Give it up for Alex. That was amazing. Woo! Awesome, awesome. Okay, our next comedian has the last name of an insect, but a heart of gold. Please give it up for Danielle Roach.
Merry Christmas! Yeah. That's right. I'm a risk taker and don't like to say happy holidays. You know why? Because Christmas is the champion of all holidays, and I think you all know it. I mean, look at this. I don't see no Jewish star anywhere. No. You go into a mall, it's like tree, red, green, Santa, tree. And then someone's like, where's Hanukkah? And like you have to look and it's deep in the dark corner, but you only knew it was there because you had to ask the mall lady. And even then you're like, where's the menorah? And she was like, Lenora? We don't have a Lenora. So really, Christmas is the winner. I mean, we have all the songs. I mean, so many songs. You have one song, and it's sung by Adam Sandler. I mean, we have Grammy winners. There's Mariah Carey, and a bunch of other ones, and just like so many songs. So Christmas is like the Olympic gold medal of holidays. No, but I love the holidays. Except for this like one thing. I work in retail. It's super chill. It's just like a side job, like 40 hours a week plus health benefits, but like no big deal. I just go in my free time. And you know, we have sales, you know, for Black Friday and stuff, but we're not like a high-end retailer. We're like a upper middle class store, like the Olive Garden of retail. Like you don't need to wear a suit and tie when you come in, but maybe a nice pair of denim, you know, will suit you just fine. So this year we did 20% off the entire store. But it makes some people go crazy. Like they go nuts. And nothing makes you feel more like a celebrity being chased by the paparazzi, like walking into work on Black Friday. Like, no, like, yes, like, don't talk to me. Like, I still have like 2 minutes until I need to clock in. Like, it's fine. Like, I will be with you, ma'am, in like just a moment to sign your receipt. Like, don't worry about it. But some people aren't as impressed. And this year, I was standing like way back in my store, and this woman yells from outside the store, she's like, "What are your deals?" We're doing 20% off the store. 40! Is your favorite number? You can't just shout random numbers, ma'am, and hope for the best. This isn't like an auction. Yeah, so people get a little nutty. It also probably doesn't help that I work at a store on Hollywood Boulevard, which is like the Times Square of Los Angeles, except like scarier. And there's been a lot of people coming in shopping like more than usual, and it kind of bums me out because they're starting to scare away some of my regulars. Like my homeless regulars. Like normally in the mornings, I'm greeted by Ruth by like a string of obscenities. I'm like, "Good morning," and she's like, "Blah, blah, blah," you know. And then like a few minutes later, she puts on a really great show where she like runs across the courtyard, and then like you see these like 2 security guards go after her, and you're like, "Go Ruth, like you can do it!" Like, yes, get that churro, girl, like get it. But then I gotta watch out for Steve. Steve used to be my bud, and then I turned him down for money like one time, and he throws his sign at me, and he just like continues to like just chuck it, just gets it right below the knee. And I'm like, "Look, man, like I gotta go buy another churro. Like Ruth took mine, like just like this one time." But just gets me like just like pop, 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 like every time. But I think one of my favorite things is when I see, people ask me all the time, they're like, "Oh, like, do you see a lot of celebrities?" And I'm like, "Oh, in Hollywood, like actual Hollywood? Like all the time, what?" Like my favorite, like, guys, did you know Johnny Depp, he comes out on the street every week. Like, what a sweetheart. I mean, he's put on a little weight, and did you know he's originally from Israel? I had no idea. I was like, that is so awesome. But he like stands around and like takes photos with fans, and I'm like, good for you, dude. You're killing it, But then working in Hollywood too, I think I've really like grown as a white lady, because I'm like getting like really good at telling my Asians apart, like really good. Like, do you know how many times I've said like konnichiwa when I should have said ni hao? Like, awkward. Like, oh, my bad, my bad. But and so I've been working on my nonverbals. Because there's that language barrier, right? So these 3 Asian ladies, they came in last week with this white guy from Utah, and he was like, "We're a family." I was like, "Okay." So I leaned in like really close, and I was like, "Hey, like, blink if you need help, like, are you being held against your will, But they just wanted to know if I needed glasses. So, but I think nothing brings me greater joy, though, when I leave. And then I'm walking down the street, and there's people laying on the ground taking selfies with the stars, with celebrities' names. And I just casually just walk by, and I'm like, "Hey, someone peed there. Have a good night." All right, thanks, guys. I'm Danielle.
Yes, give it up for Danielle. That's amazing. All right, this next lady is very, very special. She, I don't know if you knew the little show, ABC Family is Greek. Yeah. Yeah. Spencer, you don't know this. I watched it with my roommate in college every night. So she's probably watching because of you. So her name's Charlie. Hey. And she's also the voice of Summer on Rick and Morty. It is Spencer Grammer! Thanks.
Hi, guys. Well, it's the holidays. Yeah, they finally arrived. And I've been racking my brain about why I really like them, and it's been tough, you know? I mean, I think my favorite part is like my sister Madison, she lives in San Francisco, but nobody knows I have her as a sister because she has a different dad than all my other famous sisters. So like on my IMDb profile or like my Wikipedia, like she doesn't exist. And I think she likes that in a way. She has like an anonymity that everybody else doesn't, you know, because like I'm the oldest and that's like always displayed next to the age of my stepmother, which is 1 year older than me. And you know, like there was this thing, like I'm an actress, right? So there's like total age discrimination in Hollywood, and that's fine. I don't care. But like there was this whole ballot going around that you could like take your ages off of IMDb. Like it's so cool, they passed it. Whatever our governor's name is, I don't really care about politics other than I hate Donald Trump. But and I was like, that'd be great if like not every single news source writes, and he also has a daughter, Spencer Grammer, age 33, with her stepmother, Kate Grammer now, I guess, who is 34, expecting her third child. I have one child, he's 5, he's amazing. He's the best. He's the best thing that ever happened to me, other than like, I don't have much of a career now, but it's okay, I don't mind. Because once you like have a baby and they're like, and I stupidly was so pregnant, you know, like I wasn't paying attention, like whatever. They give you like this free, like celebrities get these things, they'll give you like a free gift card for pictures, right? So like I did these pregnancy pictures, which are now all over the internet. And I was like, yeah, sure, put whatever ones you want. And I'm like, really regret that now. It was not, I should have said, no, don't put those up. But yeah, I mean, my son's amazing. He's also like, keeps asking me like why we don't celebrate Hanukkah. And my husband is Irish Catholic. He's from Ireland. Like, we actually baptized my son in Ireland because I feel like you need to have something to rebel against. Like, even if you don't believe in Catholicism, like, at least you're like, well, that was my foundations, and now I disown it, and I'm into Buddhism. Like, but you need to have that foundation, you know? So he comes home, no, like he's seriously, he's like, he's like made a menorah at school, like we just got it today, and he's like, can we put the candles in, Mom? Like, and I'm like, I think it's like late, it's on the lunar calendar, like, you know, I'm trying to educate him so he's tolerant and whatnot. But maybe he just doesn't like Christmas because it's just a lot of me and my husband being like, well, you know what, we're just gonna get through this Christmas, okay, through the family, and then, you know what, we'll see if we're gonna stay together after that, okay? That's what happened to Christmas. That's actually what we do now with like everything, like a vacation, like the summer, like the school year. We're like, okay, well, we gotta get through the birthday party, and then we can file for the divorce. And it's been going on for 5 years, almost 6. And there seems like there's no end in sight. Yeah, this year's also been like one of those like shitty financial years, you know, like I make enough money for every month, but then like, I'm like, fuck, taxes are coming. Like, why are they in December? For me, it's in December because I have like a corporation, which doesn't get me any benefits now at all whatsoever. But I have filed for unemployment again, which is awesome. Because I'm also applying to graduate school because I thought that would be a really good idea. You know, like try something new. I applied for directing and writing. You know, yeah, thank you. Because there aren't enough in LA. Like I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try my hand at this other job that's totally misogynistic that I can't get any money at. Like you cap out at like a $16 million budget, and like men continue to go on to make $100 million movies. Like their percentage of what women, like the female directors in this world, is insane. And I'm like, no, I'll totally do that job now. You know, like no big deal. I'm totally gonna get so many movies made. It's gonna be awesome. About like strong, independent women. Yes. Everyone wants to see those, right? Good Girls Revolt. I thought that got canceled, actually, right? Recently, that's so sad. I didn't watch it, though. You know, I'm super into Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. Have you guys watched that? It's on Netflix right now. I really love magic. I know. I just believe there's magic somewhere, like beyond the mirrors. And this is like, so I'm unemployed, right? And it's great. Because I've watched it 2 times in a row this week. The whole season. Love it. I'm gonna go move to England. I just want to be like a wicked fairy. All right, I'm over in it. I also had lunch. I have this friend. She's so cool. Like, she was in a band. Like, she regrets being in a band that was like really famous. I mean, I don't want to say because she probably like everyone will know who I'm talking about. And she's like, because you know, like I could have like been working on my craft, you know, and like been on SNL or something. Like she has TV shows that she makes. So we're at lunch. We're talking about how hard it is, like to get ahead. And I was like trying to be cool, so I said like, yeah, no, I mean, like I'm thinking of going to Sundance, you know, just like network, meet filmmakers and stuff. And she's like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna be at the Women's March in Washington. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I was thinking about doing that too. That'd be really a good idea. I have a lot of friends who are going. I could probably find a place to stay. I mean, no, fuck it. I am just gonna shoot a documentary, and I am gonna sleep. I am gonna sleep on the steps of some famous place, you know, like the Washington Monument or something, or that, whatever. I just keep thinking of Forrest Gump every time I think of the March on Washington. But I'm really excited, and I'm totally gonna go. So I'll see you all, you ladies out there. Thank you.
Yeah, Spencer Grammer, give it up. Woo! All right, we're headed into our last comedian, and he has a lot of credit, so I had to write this down. Okay, you've seen him on Revolt, full screen, and for the last week in a tent outside the movie theater waiting for the new Star Wars, here's the undercover suburban nerd, Winston A. Marshall.
Ooh, what's good, y'all? How you doing? My name is Winston A. Marshall, and yes, I'm a professional token black guy. So if you need someone to teach you how to Dougie, you need someone to give you some sage Morgan Freeman advice, or you got a lame party and you need someone to come and be like, yo, it's lit, it's lit, ah! I'm your guy. I've been doing it for a few years now. My first position was actually in college. I was head of diversity and recruitment for my all-white fraternity. My roles or my responsibilities included helping plan parties and making sure our fraternity did nothing racist. So I can think of one time where we were throwing our winter formal with the all-black sorority on campus, and the guys came up to me and were like, all right, Winston, here's what we're thinking. For refreshments, we want to serve Hennessy and gin and juice. We want the ladies to be comfortable. I was like, come on, y'all, that's racist as hell. What the hell is wrong with you? Just do something classy, all right? Get like, I don't know, eggnog and natty light, some stupid shit like that. They're like, that's a good point, good point. Okay, for food, we were thinking something simple, like maybe some pizza. And I was like, nah, get chicken. And they're like, wait, isn't that racist? I was like, yeah, but I just fucking like chicken. So the holidays, I love them. Lots of stuff about the holidays. I love gift giving. I think it's great. You know, you can show somebody you care, you're thinking about them. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I don't know if you knew this. Yeah, there's some Dallasites in the house. That's what's up. I don't know if you know this, but Texans are the best at gift giving. It's just a fact. So, like, for example, I remember a friend of mine, she's born right around Christmas, and her dad, for her 18th birthday, gave her a pink bedazzled shotgun with an engraving that read, "You're a woman now. Don't let nobody tread on you." Which actually worked out pretty well. When she got to college, her first boyfriend tried to pressure her to lose her virginity, so she'd be like, "No means no, motherfucker." The two of them actually got married last year, so you'll talk about a shotgun wedding. You know. It's a really bad pun, I know, whatever. Don't really care. I also appreciate Texas, to be honest with you, because I feel like they do racism right. I know that sounds crazy, but let me tell you. Here in LA, for example, people are undercover with their racism. Like, if I needed help getting to the mall, I'd be like, excuse me, sir, how do I get to the mall? You'd be like, well, you're gonna turn left at the street and it'll be right down the block. As soon as you get home, like, honey, you're not gonna believe this. This black guy totally almost robbed me today. It was crazy. But in Texas, if I walk into somebody, I'm like, excuse me, sir. Well, you're gonna turn left at the light and get the fuck out of town. And you know, like the other thing I really love about the holidays is that it's, speaking of racism, is the fact that it's the one time of year where like really racist rednecks are more concerned about the war on Christmas than black people. Like seriously. Like I mean, obviously this Black Santa thing was a whole whatever. But truth is, I did that shit last year, but I got out of it because I was sitting there like, ho, 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 and then so I heard someone in the back be like, that ain't Santa, that's some monkey in a costume. And I was like, is that a red Starbucks cup over there? And he was like, that's a red Starbucks cup, let's fucking get him. So, you know, it's pretty easy, you know. My absolute favorite part of the holidays for sure is the dinners. I don't know, Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner. For a lot of people, it's the food, it's the family. For me, it's the prayer. I don't know if you know about this. White people, I think your prayers are pretty simple. I've been to like one Thanksgiving dinner where it was like, Lord Jesus, thank you so much for this food that will nourish our bodies. In the name of Jesus, amen. For black people, it's a little more complicated. Essentially what happens is your oldest pastor, because you've got at least 5 or 6 in your family, will give a prayer. It's about 15, 20 minutes long. And what it really is it's almost like your Christmas card. It lets you know what everybody has been up to for the last year. So I'm going to give you a shortened version of it, but just an example of what might happen. All right. All right, everybody bow your heads. What? Keisha, take his hand. Take his damn hand. Let me come over there. Lord Jesus, we would like to thank you so much for bringing this family here today. We'd like to thank Uncle Eddie for getting this house. We know he doesn't always do legal things, Lord, but it brought us in this wonderful abode, so we will not judge. We hope the IRS doesn't look into his taxes. We would like to thank you for keeping Grandma Enid with us for another year, Lord. It's been so wonderful to have her here. She is 135 this year, Jesus, and if you decide you want to take her home to your bosom, we'd be okay with that because the old folks' home is getting very expensive, Lord. It's getting very expensive, but we still love her. Very grateful. We'd like to put our hands on Auntie Kathy with her 9th pregnancy, Lord. The truth is, we thought after the 8th pregnancy she would retire her uterus, but her 7th baby daddy apparently is just as fertile as she is, Lord. We'd also like to lay hands on Cousin Jared for his 9th year in college. He is finally graduating. We are so proud of him. Lord knows them student loans will eventually catch up. And finally, Jesus, we would just like you to say a special prayer for Sister Mary and her roommate Grace. We know, Lord, that we do not judge, Lord. We do not judge. We are a progressive family here. And marriage equality is a thing, Lord Jesus, and we do respect the laws of the land, Lord, but we just hope that whatever they do in front of your eyes is not a sin, Jesus. In the name of Jesus. I almost forgot, Lord Jesus. I just want to say a quick shout out to Sister Kathy for making all this food, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, ham, turkey, you name it, Lord. Amen. My name is Winston A. Marshall. Thank you.
All right, everybody, that's our show. Give it up for our comedians. And comedians, give it up for our audience. Yeah! All right, have a happy holidays. See you next year. Awesome. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming. There is eggnog, there is cookies, there is brownies that I made myself, so they are delicious. And so have a wonderful holiday, and thank you guys so much for coming. See ya.